What up, YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre, the total reviews and reviews. Back in here with one more video. Now, guys, you're looking at the thumbnail, you're looking at the title of the video. I called this meeting here today for great value, great purpose. So we must get active. All right. Now, let me just hop right down into it. All right. I put up a community chat post not too long ago. All right. And it comes from some lady, but it was actually on a site called On Site. This was originally posted within my Discord private community. All right. Link to that down in the description box down below. Is actually a link to my Patreon, which then at a certain level you can connect to the Discord. We got some dope things shaking up there, and this post will prove that. But anyway, so let me read the post and then address my thoughts. I really believe men enjoy being providers and financially stable enough to splurge on their women. Okay. I think the ones who speak down on it feel inadequate and wish they were in a position to do the same. Okay. So this is a black woman, a young black woman, fairly attractive black woman's belief about what men want to do for their women. Okay. Now listen, let me preface this argument and say, from my estimation, I can agree with a degree of this. Okay. But it falls a little bit short, and we're getting ready to get in there. Believing that men enjoy being providers and financially stable, okay? I do think that men can enjoy that if they're in the position to be able to do so. But words matter, and she uses the word splurge here. And I think splurge is a very interesting word to use right here. Why? Well, if you look up the definition of splurge, defined as an act of spending money freely or extravagantly. Okay. Now, you guys already know, if you follow my financial focused content on this channel, splurging is not something that I do at all. At all. Okay. Even in my financial position where I have absolutely no debt and I got a good amount of revenue coming in, I still don't splurge. All right. I have the discipline enough to know what my goals are at the end of the day. And I think it's important to be able to understand that. I know where I want to go. So for me, there's not room for splurging. Okay. Now, is there room to buy things that I want within my life? Yes, but I don't excessively or extravagantly spend my money. I don't do that because I have a particular goal for my money into the future. You guys already know I've been on a financial independence path, and I just recently achieved that, but I have other things that I want to be able to do. Fact is, within the black community, we indulge in this word right here. We splurge way too goddamn much. We do it freely and often. Now, if you go back to this post and then take it from this perspective, then no, I don't think men enjoy spending their money freely and recklessly on their women. I think that men should make strategic decisions. They should have a budget, and they should work well within their budget until they get to a point where they have disposable income coming out the ears, which is readily achievable if you put in the key steps within your life in order to make that happen. I am living proof. Now, she obviously concludes this statement right here, which is completely illogical way to conclude. I think the ones who speak down on it feel inadequate. Okay, here we go with the shaming because it doesn't align to her getting splurged on. They feel inadequate and wish they were in the position to do the same. Okay. This statement right here, to me, again, is years and years of propaganda, years and years of unchallenged ideas to simply have the gall to put this up on a public platform in the way that she did it. I know some of you down in there like, why even take it so seriously? Da, 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 da. But this is the ideologies that the common man has to combat against. If the median salary in the United States is what, $45,000 per year, and knowing that on average the black man is less than that, then the majority of men in this country are not in the position to splurge. They're not. For the entirety of their life, but so many of them are convinced that they should. Okay. And I think that that is a problem because they're splurging on things that actively don't do anything to enhance the community at all, but it makes your Instagram pictures just a wee bit more popping, which to you apparently matters and not really the strengthening of a community. The interesting thing that I find about a post like this is that men are making average amount of money and women on average look average. Women from a 0 to a 10 will take a message like this and repost it and live by this. The pure delusion. I want to show you guys a quick picture as well, as I think it's going to make this a little bit more clear. What you see here is a lovely couple, right? In Paris with Chanel, all these bags, all of these purchases, the wine, the relationship, and guess where it's posted? On Instagram, okay? The drug that's way more dangerous than heroin nowadays, all right? If you look to the light of this photo, what is it that you see? A little bit more of the reality, a little bit more of what's going on behind the highlights of this Instagram fantasy that they purport, all right? What you see here is that ball and that chain strapped to that debt. And that debt is full, but that bomb is about to go off. Too many men are living their lives trying to impress women with what money that they actually don't have in order to satiate the lady's thirst to be splurged on, to be pampered. Gents, this is the trap at the end of the day, which you can get entrapped in early in your 20s. And then once she leaves, you're going to be stuck high and dry, had done all of this shit for her. And then what really did you get at the end of the day? All right. Because you could have took this money, which incurred this debt, and invested it on a business and invested it in certifications in a way to invest into your skill set instead, to get closer to establishing real wealth for yourself. And money is power at the end of the day. You can hoop and holler all you want about the current state of our society, our culture, things that happen in the news. But at the end of the day, no one's going to pay attention to you until what? Got to put your money where your mouth is. And if you don't have money to put anywhere, well, then your mouth doesn't get heard. Now, the last thing that I wanted to chat about before I bid you guys adieu, there was a multitude of messages that were sparked within my Discord server that really promoted learning at the crux, at the core of it. Solution focus. You understand me? Which I pride myself in my brand on my channel on as well. Now, I wanted to go over a particular response from one of the gentlemen in my server and give you my thoughts. There's nothing wrong with buying a woman gifts. There is nothing wrong with being generous. But when you choose the word splurge, it exposes the fact that you are a consumer with very little financial restraint. That is a major turnoff for any sensible man who has worked hard to keep his kill. Oh, bars. Why don't black women splurge on therapy, personal trainers to lose weight, etiquette classes, so they can stop being out of order? Splurge at your local charity and leave the community in better shape than what you found it. A woman who has a consistent need for objects to feel like a man values her is a woman who has a very low level of self-respect, because you have tied your value to the material object and not intrinsic qualities such as respect, honor, honesty, and other noble virtues. Black women need to start checking each other. That is not a good look. It screams empty woman alert. To me, this whole entire meme reflects the undertones and communicates the underlying hyper-consumerist culture of Black America. This hyper-consumerist culture manifest as $1 trillion of annual spending power, but no ownership of major infrastructure or the control of means of production. Women who spend $10 billion on weaves when God gave you a head of free hair. Bars. If he cannot buy you a Birkin bag, he is trash. Shout out to Saweetie, who appropriates the culture to make money. I can only date a man making 6 figures. That's what they say. That's what they want. He has to splurge on red bottoms and designer bags, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, etc. All which are not made or controlled by black people and which can cost considerable amounts of money. All right, I had to talk about that real quick because I think that it was a response, and there was a whole bunch of them, even outside of that I wanted to try to bubble up and to give a perspective that I think that Twitter is not enough words available to type into a Twitter box to have these needed discussions at the level and at the depth that is required to truly and really solution. All right. That's one of the detriments of what Twitter is. You know, what is it? 300 and something characters at this point. There's no arguments that can be created and formed and understood by all parties within the small space of what it is. Like, I know you could take screenshots and stuff and put, pictures of it, this, that, and the third, but it's really hard to be able to do so. Humans were not designed to communicate like that. We're not designed to communicate like that. But until you can put it into succinct video form and form the argument the way that I like to do over here and toss it up, and we can continue to have these conversations, especially in live stream format, that I really think that it aids in the true healing of the community. Guys, last but not least, I have a whole financial playlist that you can dive into. I am also a brand influencer with the fee-free stock trading app Webull. Link down in the description box down below. If you use my link, sign up, deposit $100, you get 2 free stocks worth up to a total of $1,850. All right. When we talk about the maturing of wealth within the community, what are the things that you are readily doing? What are the things that you are investing into to be able to do so? This is critical. This is extremely important. Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Feel free to hit me up. Also got a Patreon as well. Oh, yeah, that I've talked about all throughout this particular video. If you guys want to engage in conversations like this in order to more inform kind of where you are at within your life, because these are a dime a dozen. Trust and believe that just as critical thinking as what I purport on this channel, that's the people who sign up to the Patreon, not like the low level surface level thinkers that you see sometimes down into the comment section. No, it's a whole different ball game up there. So I'll see you soon. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.